Hello and welcome to the second installment of the Transfer Time podcast with me, AJ Johnston. So let's get right into it with QPR. So far, QPR have signed Charlie Austin on a free from West Brom, Sam Field for an undisclosed free, again from West Brom, Jody Davis from an undisclosed free from Hull, Andrew Dothell from Ipswich on a £1 million deal, Jordan Archer from a free from Middlesbrough, Sam McCallum on loan from Norwich, Jimmy Dunn on an undisclosed fee from Barnsley, and Stefan Johansson for around £630,000 from Fulham. In terms of outgoings, they got rid of Jeff Cameron, who's gone to Cincinnati. Joe Lumley has moved to Middlesbrough. Aramide Ote has been released. Paul Smith has gone to Leyton Orient. Macaulay Boone has moved to Ipswich on a loan deal. Tom Cowell has been released. Liam Kelly has moved to Motherwell, and Olamide Shadipo is on a loan to Sheffield Wednesday. No new transfers there, so let's move on to West Ham. As far as I'm aware, they're still keen on Lingard, and one of their defenders, Kufal, is on his way to signing a contract extension. Former West Ham player has re-signed with his club, and I'm talking about Felipe Anderson. His club Lazio have agreed the deal to re-sign the player from the Hammers. West Ham have also had a £6 million bid rejected by West Brom for their goalkeeper, Sam Johnston. The Hammers are also in talks to sign PSG goalkeeper Areola, who was on loan last season at Fulham. Moving on to Celtic now, the new boss says he is frustrated by the transfer delays. So far they have signed defender Carl Starfelt from Rubin Kazan. In terms of an outgoing, Brentford have signed Christoph Adjer from Celtic. The fee is supposed to be around £13.5 million. Staying with Celtic, it looks like they have agreed a deal to sign Kyogo Furuhashi from Vissel Kobe. Both clubs have confirmed the deal on Friday. They've also signed defender Uzaze Urahidi from Sheffield Wednesday on a 4-year deal, as well as Israel winger Liel Abada on a 5-year deal, subject to international clearance. Moving on to their long-time rivals Rangers, as we already know, they've signed Lundstrom and Sakala. In terms of their striker Alfredo Morelos, the future remains unclear. According to the Scottish Sun, Peterborough frontman Johnson Clark Harris is keen on the idea of replacing him at the Ibrox. And in terms of an outgoing, there's a permanent transfer been made for George Edmondson. He will join Ipswich Town for an undisclosed fee. Yesterday would have been the birthday of Fernando Rickson, who made 182 appearances and 13 goals for the club. He would have been 45 years old. Also, Rangers' former player Alistair Ali Dawson passed away at the age of 63. In 2011, he was inducted into the Rangers Hall of Fame. He was a defender for the club and made 218 appearances and 6 goals. Moving on to Everton, as we already know, they signed Azimir Begovic from Bournemouth on a 1-year deal, Andros Townsend on a free on a 2-year deal, and Damari Gray for an undisclosed fee from Bayer Leverkusen on a 3-year deal, plus the option to extend the deal by 1 year. According to the BBC Sport, the undisclosed fee is supposed to be around £1.7 million. Only 2 more clubs to go, and that's Leicester and Watford. Moving on to the Foxes, as we already know, they've signed Ryan Bertrand on a free, as well as Bukayo Samari from Lille on a £17 million, as well as Patson Daka for £23 million from Red Bull Salzburg. Leicester and Celtic are in talks over the Eduardo deal, which could be around £15 million. Christian Fuchs has joined Charlotte FC on a free. And finally, Watford, as we already know, they've signed Danny Rose from a free on a 2-year deal. They've also reached an agreement with Club Brugge over the transfer of Nigerian forward Emmanuel Dennis. Ashley Fletcher has joined from Middlesbrough, and they are still keen on signing Mbaye Diagne. So that's all 7 clubs talked about for this instalment of Transfer Time. I will be back soon to talk about Aston Villa, West Brom, Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Inter and AC Milan. Until then, goodbye.